That was weird. Why was I why was I not big size? I blame the Twitch stream for that. I blame being on Twitch for a minute. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? What a fun day we had yesterday. What a fun day. Such a fun day that I haven't really caught up on any shows. I caught up a little on Vermeil and Gold. I freaking love that show. We're getting into some maybe the best of the best aren't the good of the good. I like that. I like where that goes. All right, let's see. Let's update this. I'm all check. Bingo. All right. Bop. Let's get to the news. You know, I actually don't check Anime News Network. Let's look at them. I almost never look at what they have going on. Oh my goodness, I'm getting caught up on my little cord dangler there. What am I doing? What am I doing? Boo ba doo ba doo. All right. Let's start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. Tanuki, because of course it is. And I pour it towards my keyboard, so if there's a catastrophic event, it will fly forth and ruin my life for a while. Your answer is that you have to look at several factors: how they treat the MC, how they interact with the other harem girls. With that said, top of my head, Life is a Villainous. Life is a Villainous is very good. Very, very good. It, for me, part of that is that it's not a, main girl and her, or main girl or guy, reverse harem or standard harem. Main girl or guy isn't basically partnered up with somebody, and that it's actually a, who is it gonna be? Or if it is a main guy, main girl are partnered up, I need them to be in a very, very unique and fun setting. Compai, everyone. Okay. Is there actual interesting news? I hadn't seen anything come across my feed. Ino is pretty big. Everybody seems to be liking that. Masaki Yuasa, it's hard for him to do a bad thing. So, you know, maybe I can sneak into a theater and pay them to go watch this movie. Oh, we should look through that. We'll look through that first before we get into the meat and potatoes, if you know what I mean. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. One Piece film read. You need it now. You and pop culture both. Oh, we should talk Dragon Ball Fortnite, shouldn't we? Let's touch on this because it makes me sad. And I don't want it to be the entire night to be dedicated to Dragon Ball Fortnite. On a positive side, we've got Iruma-kun. Season 3 has been announced, so that's great. Season 3 coming out in October release date, so that'll be exciting. Be very exciting overall. Just wait. Oh, I hope not. I hope that remains a funny meme. You can make funny jokes about that, but I do not want that to become... I don't want that to be a reality. Don't... What's wrong with Goku getting a victory royale and dabbing on all the haters? Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. How do I want to show this off? This is going to be... Da, 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 da. Okay, let's start here. Do I have like a trailer from them? Let's see. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is, everybody. We talked about how cool it was that Fortnite's greatest, like most liked post of all time was Dragon Ball. But now I wonder if that's what we wanted. Is this the reality we dreamt of? Oh wait, I'm muted. Okay. How about now? So we start with Dragon Ball characters running in. Goku is teaching Fortnite characters how to fight. Like, a Nimbus Cloud Glider kind of makes sense. Goku, make a man out of you! Oh my goodness, it's coming. Welcome to Dragon Ball Adventure Island. What is Fortnite? Do I... This does not look like Fortnite! Kamehameha waves? Okay, Shenron... This is getting ridiculous. What? Isn't this a game about shooting up Bao and building buildings and having that? I don't know. Having that do... I don't think I understand Fortnite. Is that my problem? Am I just a boomer who doesn't know what Fortnite is anymore? Why Bulma? Were you the one who said why? Oh, wait, that might have been Dragon Ruse yesterday. It's like, of course, they've got Bulma. Okay. Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and Beerus join the fight. Yeah. What? I guess I don't understand these crossovers. Aren't these things just like skins? Isn't that the only difference? Fortnite's highly anticipated crossover event with Dragon Ball franchise launched globally on Tuesday, featuring themed character costumes, items, quests, and other gameplay features. List of features is as followed. Dragon Ball item shop. Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and Beerus are available as paid costumes. A Dragon Ball item and collecting included black blings. Back blings? What? What is this? Pickaxes, gliders, and emotes such as the Charging Up emote and the Fusion emote. Power Unleashed quest. The Dragon Ball Power Unleashed tab offers 7 of quests. Collect all 7 Dragon Balls to obtain the Shenron glider. Okay, so at least they make you earn it. That makes sense. Battle with versus boards. The game will introduce versus board gameplay edition specifically during the collab period. Players who opt in will be assigned rivals to defeat within 5 minutes. Gameplay items. The Kamehameha will launch an energy beam at foes, while the Nimbus Cloud, Kintun, will allow players to fly around the island. So you just get a Nimbus Cloud? It's not like the little paraglider thing is being replaced with a Nimbus Cloud? That's kind of crazy. You tried 2 games of Fortnite back in college. I played a little Fortnite right when I first started getting into... It was like after PAX, I had like played on the demo thing where there was like a pinata and everything. And I played for a bit, and me and a team of 4, I think it was 4, maybe it was 2. I don't know how teams work, but I had a team, so I wasn't alone. But I was the last person in the Battle Royale, and I got that Battle Royal Victor, whatever the heck it's called. Chicken Dinner is the other one. What's the, whatever Fortnite is? I didn't like it at all. It's a bunk game. It's a bunk game. That whole, like, you're building and stuff with the control. Like, I had a controller. A Victory Royale. That's what it is, yeah. So I have a Victory Royale, and then I exited the franchise. So I at least ended on a high note, but dang if it wasn't stupid. It's like, what am I building stuff for? Oh, he broke the thing I built. Why did I build it? Why didn't I just run over and shoot him? Oh, I just shot him. All right, cool, I win. Like, it was very strange. And it was one of those things where, like, I spent... Because I've played a few Battle Royales. I spent the whole game not seeing anyone, and then just found the last guy and just shot him. Like, that was it. It's crazy. Oh. From August 16th until September 17th, players can board a cruise ship inside the game and watch select Dragon Ball Super episodes, accessible through Fortnite's Discover. What is the whole like menu system been replaced with an island? Fortnite is free, right? Fortnite's free, right? Epic Games. Play for free. Base game, free. Okay. Is it like, can I just download? How long will this take to install? Fortnite's the next anime streaming service. I am so confused by this. Do I have an Epic Games account? Probably, but I'll just use Google. It's just bad Roblox. It's Roblox, but they don't let you make anything. It has to be the developers who build anything. Oh, I feel old typing in my name there. Oh no, my name's already taken. There we go. No, I don't want things. All right, we'll get this going in the background and we'll see what happens. Oh, verify my email. Oh, why is everything such a pain in my ass? Oh, you gotta verify. What's in the code? Oh, here's your code. Don't share the code with anybody except the page that you need to give it to. Yeah, whatever. Eula. It's not like you let me play if I don't agree to your Eula. I hate that. I hate when it's like, why do you even make me agree? Oh, it's $0. Oh no. I think this is anime enough that we can explore it and I don't know what I almost said debunk. Oh, great. Do I have the epic already? I have it. All right. Here's something I don't have to wait for. Oh, now I got to download the new epic. Okay, this is a pain in my butt. Anyway, all right. Tournament Power. The Tournament of Power, a Battle Royale Duos tournament, takes place in Fortnite for all regions starting August 18th. Oh, it's not even started. Is this not even started yet? Can I not research this yet? From August 16th? Oh, that's today. So I can watch. I want to see if I can watch Dragon Ball episodes from computer here. All right. So the 18th, they've got a Tournament of Power thing. A special area accessible through Fortnite's Discover page. Well, Discover keep being in quotes. This is kind of worrying to me. It allows players, includes a ring course on a Nimbus cloud. It plays cooking game at Goku's house. And a Tenkaichi Budokai. Starts August 19th. Okay, so we've got some time before that opens up. And they released it in 2017. It's on a bunch of stuff. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me see this. Continue. Okay. Am I in the Why all the Fortnite talk? Why can we not speak bad about gameplay? This is very bad. What's going on, kitty bear? How are you doing? What? We don't even know what the gameplay was like for Serranos last night because it was just he was gone. He was gone the whole time. We had no idea what he was doing. Add a friend? No way. I don't have friends on Epic. No, kitty bear. Hi, kitty bear. Funny. All right. I'm so confused by whatever this Fortnite Dragon Ball thing is supposed to be. But that's okay, because I love interviews with directors, and Masaki Yuasa with Inu-Oh is the new one for us to watch. Having breakfast, dinner, and lunch at the same time. There you go. Get that 3,000 calorie plate cooking. I love it. I love it. All right. So Inu-Oh is a new anime from Masaki Yuasa. We'll probably learn about that a little bit here, but it's the new here's an anime in theaters that we can all go see and pay for until Red drops, and we can go pay for more anime, and we can tell stateside theaters that we want more anime in our movie theaters. Very, very exciting times. Very, very exciting times. I'm gonna put this over here so I can keep an eye on it. To celebrate that it hits cinemas this Friday, look at a cinema near you for Inu-Oh. To celebrate the occasion, we sat down for an interview with the eponymous Inu-Oh's voice actor, Avu-chan, who is also the lead vocalist and songwriter of the rock band Queen Bee. Oh, it just leads me to Queen Bee stuff. Queen Bee, also a very, very famous studio for read on to find out more about Avu-chan's connection to Inu-Oh as both a musician and voice talent, along with the depths of Inu-Oh's historical setting. I'm interested because isn't Inu is dog in Japanese, so I don't know what this means. Inu-Oh. How did your association with Science Saru anime first come about? Queen Bee, you love you some PowerPoint. Yeah, it's too hot now, so I get it. I get it. You first started working Saru with Devilman Cry Baby. You played the Devil King Xenon, a character who has 3 heads. You also sang a song. Okay, that makes sense. That was an easy answer. Why did we put that in here? What was your reaction when you were first asked not just to perform the theme song of Inuo, but also play its lead character? At first, I was like, me? Is that really going to be okay? Because this was only my 2nd time working as a voice actor. I was a little worried about being the main character, and I even wondered if I should gain some technical skills by going to voice acting school. But then I started to realize that they chose me instead of a voice actor because they specifically wanted something I could provide. I was able to realize that early on. What was it? What could he provide? Could it be a history of music? Did you happen to receive any advice or encouragement from other voice actors working on the film? Actually, none, because thanks to the pandemic, I did a lot of my recordings alone. On occasion, I did recordings with Tomono's voice actor, Mirai Moriyama, but I didn't get to meet any other voice actors. Here's the pro tip. If you ask a question of somebody and they reply with no, maybe don't include that question in your written interview. I don't know. It's not that important. Was that a lonely experience compared to working on Devilman Crybaby? Yes, I was alone, but I did interact a lot with the sound director, and I did ask her questions a lot. The production side really gave me free range to do what I wanted, so I really felt like I was being tested. I was also able to show everything about myself. What does that mean? What words did you use? And then translate into that. It's a weird sentence. How much freedom did you have when it came to expressing the character and the style of the theme song? A surprising and scary amount. Interesting. It's very... I feel like this guy did not want an interview. You know, like these... Did you do this? No. Was it lonely? Yes, but I did interact with somebody. How much freedom? A lot. We need to go back to interviewee school, I guess. There's a similarity between you and the characters in the film in the sense that they become public figures while keeping personal details about themselves private. Are you conscious about how much of your self you want to express through your work? Was the person FaceTime nude? Showing off a lot of himself. Inuo is very similar to me, so I really wasn't that conscious about showing myself through my performance. I was able to play the character straight. I only realized when you brought up that both not public about our personal stuff, but that's a good point. Although I show my face and Inuo doesn't, we both prioritize the performance and our skills over everything else. We give it our all through that, so in that sense, we're kindred spirits. Something clicked there. It was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Pretty good. Nice job, interviewer, asking a question they hadn't thought of. The story of Inuo is about celebrating Japan's diversity in both personal identity and art. How much did you find yourself relating to this theme personally? Ooh, we got multiple paragraphs. Yay. For a long time, Japan has had a unique culture. It might not be what we associate with the word diversity, but it's always been a country that tries out all kinds of things, including things like sexuality. Tries out all kinds of things. Your favorite harems are Oran High School, Host Club, and the World God Only Knows. Technically harem Clanad, Best Trash Harem G. Oh, Haganai. Was the interview Jeffrey Toobin? Maybe. But he suddenly came out with these whole things. It's like 85 high on a summer on a bad day, average 78. You know how hot it is. Come on. Yeah, no, I think it's up to 85 in the room. Paro-chan, welcome. Always good to see you in chat. what an interesting interview with the lead voice actor from the new movie Inuo that's coming this Friday. Nothing, 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 and then boom! Japan's pretty crazy. We do sex stuff. Inuo is about Japan's diversity and sexuality. Nevertheless, from when I was a child, I've always witch. Okay, okay, little Maho Shoujo boy here. And that's expressed in my debut album, Witch Hunt. When I look at the people with power, I want to have my own just for me. I think every country has a deeper side like that, and Japan might be no different in that regard. Slowly yet surely, people are acknowledging others across all walks of life. That's a work in progress, but well before we're born, this country had so many fascinating depths and mysterious aspects. All kinds of people lived in that Japan too, naturally. As more and more people come to know these different and interesting sides, perhaps you'll also come to realize how silly it is to stereotype. I'm working towards this end. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. I said Harem and Paro-chan couldn't resist. Japan being diverse in the sexuality doesn't say anything about creating children. There's a reason that the term that people most associate with Japan would be bukkake and shibari. They're not exactly baby making maneuvers. Oh. Oh, definitely, definitely. It's a good, like, the trick. It's a balance, right? Like, you have to let your brain create compartments, but then be willing to let people bounce between them. It's how we stay safe, and it's how your brain doesn't explode. Because if you met everybody and everybody you encountered, your brain had to figure out everything about them, you wouldn't be able to handle it. Your brain would go kaput. But if you meet someone and they're like, yeah, I'm really into Call of Duty and Mountain Dew, you're like, okay, I know who this person is. Like, you know a lot about them, and then they're allowed to, like, say something that pops them into, like, a completely different bucket that you never would have thought out. But, you know, you meet some jack dude at the gym, and, you know, maybe you're intimidated by that, and that's sort of your stereotype of it. But, like, for me, my stereotype of jack guy at the gym is, like, friendly and willing to help, always there to lend you a hand, right? So let stereotypes make it so that your brain doesn't, like, explode when you meet every single new person in your life, but be willing to let people bounce around. Tell the future to prevent bad events. What? Oh, three superpowers? Ooh. Do they have to be like traditional superpowers? We can go like My Hero on this, where I can just make up whatever I want as a superpower. No excuses. They need more kids so you get more anime. Yeah, and didn't we find out that like someone died? I don't remember who it was. They were like, oh yeah, back and then someone died at a prawn shoot. And it was like, what? So not only are they not making kids, they're actively killing people with their with their diversity. My goodness. Do you have a message for the international audiences? That's me. Yes, that's the thing. Thank you, Serranos. Way to bring that up. Beautiful. Wonderful. I love seeing that. I love reading that more than anything else. We're thinking of performing in all sorts of places around the world. I hope that on that note, I hope that Inuo could be a good opportunity for people to learn about Queen Bee. So, I mean, I guess we're on that note. And for Queen Bee to be a good opportunity to learn about I hope that our brand can help you love this film even more. I hope I can meet you all at a live performance one day. Thanks to G-Kids for this interview opportunity. The Inuo's original soundtrack is available on music streaming and download services. Woo! We found it! in. I'm only at 53% installed. I'm so annoyed at this. Teleport, fast regen to the point of regeneration of an arm and immune to all diseases. Wouldn't fast regen and immunity be like the same thing? Health, regen versus immunity. No? Oh. Somebody's got to do it. Just good luck getting your samples. How is health regen? Like, if you get sick, it's because some part of you was, like, damaged and didn't heal. And then that part heals. That's regen. What's the difference between that and being sick? I don't understand. I do not understand. All right, we still have a lot of time before we can explore Dragon Ball Z, the wacky world of Fortnite. So, what we're gonna do, because the time has come, I have been tapped. I must communicate the greatest harem shows of all time to our friend of the show, Brandon the anime guy. And that means I'm going to have to pick the greatest harem shows in all of existence. Deadpool still dying of cancer. Yeah, why does he die of cancer? That doesn't make any sense. Also, hello. Yeah, missed you. Been a bit. Always good to see you in the chit chat. That's a good question though. How is, because cancer is the most like too much regeneration. Why is Deadpool? And if Deadpool's dying, why isn't he dead? You all know the answer if you've read a comic book. He's fitted with the call. It's Deadpool 2. No, okay. Yeah, see, his healing factor is keeping his cancer at bay. That's the answer. All right, so like I said, I have been tapped to communicate and spread the good word of harem shows, and not based man. The most based man in all of Japan, who's based in a way to make sure that Japan has a plan. Oh my goodness, freaking based man. That's terrifying. That is terrifying. Never aging past 21, but 21-year-old me was an idiot. Telepathy. Nobody going with what, psychokinesis? What's the like, I use my brain to move things. But I'm an old man, so now I'm in a wheelchair. Exactly. Right answer, Kitty Bear. Deadpool cannot die because Thanos cursed him with life. Because he wants Lady Death. Why would you need to speak in people's heads? No. You don't understand. The telepathy is just to give an outlet for the other voices to get out of his head. It's really just it's a stopgap there. What's going on, fan site? Good to see you. Okay, so rather than I'm gonna have to change some of these. We'll say scores. And just start. I'm gonna pop a bunch of them up to 10 as we scroll through because they're ones that I want to talk about, not because I think they're a 10. Cat Planet Cuties does have the issue of being kind of like it's just him and the redheaded chick, so I can see that driving me nuts. But I may go back a little. All right. Mock and Key has that classic trope of the all-girls school is now allowing guys, so it's me in a school full of girls. That's always a funny one. Japan finally weaponizing anime and manga to take over the world. Where have you been for the past like 30 years? What'd you think was happening? Okay, I can't call Jitsuwa because it like it is more love triangle-y. I mean, technically it's more, but like it's more like this is my girlfriend and this is my like side piece. Cuckoos, I have trouble with it being a harem for other like it's basically a love triangle where his like non-biological sister is like I want my sister to win. So it's I have trouble calling that one a harem too. So all of these, this entire list for anyone who hasn't been here for a while, this entire list are things that are in the harem and reverse harem category according to AniList and that I have seen. And we just scrolled until we got to the 50s. So this should be a master list of harem shows. Now, the harem, like tagging on AniList is done in like a percentage vote. Look at all those people watching this. So they, you know, this many people say that it's heterosexual. This many people say it's inseki, which is sexual relations among step, adopted, or other non-blood related family members. And you've got female harem, a harem comprised primarily of female characters who are romantically interested in them. So things like this, where it's a love triangle, I personally don't vote that as a harem, but it was in the harem category as we went through. So those will also end up on this list. There's a word for non-blood related forbidden love. Apparently it's inseki. Yeah. INSEKI. Hold on, is that? It's Japanese. Inseki refers to books in general on Tenkoku? No, that doesn't make any sense. A relative by marriage and affinity. Oh, it literally just means like responsibility or wow, it has a lot of meanings. Taking responsibility, marriage and affinity. Yeah, relative by marriage. Okay. Trope is pretty popular even in the West, but it's not my cup of tea. I mean, it's at least legal, I guess we'll say. It's one of those like it's not a genetic deformity, you know, it's not a true does anyone else have that friend who's like, hey, this one's got some wincest in it, and you're like, you don't have a sibling, do you? And they're like, no, and you're like, okay, I get it. There's too many female pervs in anime. I don't know that that's a problem. I don't know. There can be too many of anything. It's a degenerate community after all. It's true. You're all degenerate escapees. Escape artists, as pop culture likes to say. It's not a... It's true. You're the odd one out. Yeah, honestly, you might be. At least based on the people who go to conventions. Can there be too many Bill Cosbys? I don't know. What are they all gonna do? You're still somewhat pure. The fact that you have to like qualify it is the part that makes it the funniest to me. Not the idea of you being pure, but the fact that you're like, no, I'm somewhat pure. Oh my goodness. Are you Peter Venkman fan site? Venkman fan site. Fan site. Have you ever seen a show called Kiss Him Not Me? If you haven't, I recommend you watch it. See how you feel afterwards. What are we? Oh. Third cousins are a no. Fourth cousins are safe according to science. That, I mean, fourth, so I have a cousin. Their kid is my second cousin. Then their kid would be a third then their kid would be a fourth. So 1, 2, 3. That seems illegal for other reasons. I don't care what science says. Whoa. Don't, get out of here. Get out of here, Dragon Ruse, with your science. Nobody wants your science. Oh, Peter, we'll get to, I think it's on this list, but Kiss Him Not Me is a movie about, or a movie, is an anime about a girl who is into guys being gay. She likes reading BL, right? So boys love stuff. She likes reading that. And she's kind of a chunkier gal, and, you know, nobody really notices her. And then something happens. She gets like really sick. Oh no, something happens in like a game that she really likes, and she basically stops eating and like goes away for a while. And then loses a ton of weight, gets all skinny, and suddenly she's hot. And all of the guys in her class that she used to fantasize about kissing each other are now into her. So she's like, wait, me? And her whole thing the whole time is that they're interested in her, they're hitting on her, they want her to be like the main person, but the whole time she starts with this brain point of like, no, they should be into each other because that would be hotter. It's so good. So good. You can be distant cousins with someone of the similar age, I think, somehow. Starting too low on the tree. What are fourth cousins? Chunky gal that enjoys men being lifelong bachelors. Is her hair Kool-Aid color? It's not quite, but a little bit. Fourth cousin designation just means that you and your match are separated by between... Your match?! Oh, it's a DNA thing. Okay. Okay. 5 back on your chart to your common ancestor, and 5 down to the match. Okay, so you and this other person, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents were the same. and then and then yeah, that's a long time. Like I feel like that could accidentally happen all over the place. Great great grandma length. Oh my goodness. So there's some of these though where if you don't have specific diseases, second cousins could be weird, but genetics wise almost totally fine. What? No way. You're not getting 6 toes at that point? That's kind of terrifying that our genes didn't stop that from happening. You need to calculate the amount of shared DNA to tell the what? No. Are you a geneticist now? What is this? Why do you know that? This is why you're only somewhat pure, because you know the genetic numbers to not make a freak. Web toed ass freak, baby. There's Scary Glasses guy from Sayuki. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself. I'm not saying it's not well studied by someone. I'm just saying the fact that this is the first time you've been in chat in a while because you've been stuck in Discord hell. And this is what we talk about. Okay, what did I want to say? Oh, I wanted to say, okay, stuff like Baka and Test, Summon the Beast, is so focused on the like the show and the parody, and like combatants will be dispatched is so focused on like the mission, and defrag is also just sort of like the stuff that they do, that I feel like they're not harem shows to me, because it's not like about the guy ending up with a girl. Your family's Native Americans, we have to know these things because of low numbers. We'll get them numbers up. I mean, call Geminire. He's got a turkey baster. Oh my goodness. People think that cousin marriage is worse than it actually is because of the excessive inbreeding some royals use. Got it. Okay, so don't do any. It's like anything. You want to moderate it. Don't have the entire bag of chips. Just have a couple. I get it. I get it. Just trying to warn me. I don't need the warning. There's no way my wife is related any closer than like 15 generations. My ancestors came across on Viking ships and like just popped over to the West Coast, and she has like this crazy lineage that she can like trace back to wherever the heck she's from. So it's like we've been here for generations while her family was still dinking around over in Europe. So we try. You have 8 siblings? Dang, you are doing your part. I mean, your mom's doing their part, but I don't know about you. Yeah, so to that point, Paru, is I was trying to explain this to Brandon, actually. So some shows, there was a, does anybody remember a time when a first-person shooter was just, here's your character, go pick up guns and shoot guns? You know, the even like Halo, you know, was like, go get guns and shoot guns. You know, Half-Life was go get guns and shoot guns at aliens, right? We had a formula. We had, this is a first-person game where we're shooting stuff and there's a story tied to it sometimes, but that's all it is. And then Deus Ex was like, what if we had RPG elements in our first-person game? And we had first-person shooter RPG. And that started down this road of where we have now every first-person shooter has XP. It has a leveling system. There's some sort of perks. There's some sort of tree. There's unlocks. There's all this kind of stuff that occurs with the experience system. So we have MMO elements. We have RPG elements in our first-person shooters, our Call of Duties, our Modern Warfare, our It's another one. I don't know. I don't care. We have RPG elements in our shooters now, and that's sort of what happens with harem show. Is it's like we had some good solid harem shows here and there, but for the most part, we've taken the harem element and mixed it into the other plot points that people are watching to give it a little more spice, a little more excitement. Oh, she is Dragon Mom, isn't she? That's great. 8 siblings. That's crazy. I have like 8 cousins, like in total. That's my family. If you ask me, I think the government did it. And you have to say it in like a gravelly, just a voice that doesn't know what's going on. I'm JC Denton. How are we doing today? We didn't have the good voice actors coming in like our Solid Snakes. We didn't have anyone like that back then. It was just some guy who was at the office who wanted to talk a little bit lower and a little bit like Jesse Ventura, but not quite like Jesse Ventura because he wasn't from Minnesota. Where's the weed? Rescue big boobs from zombie horde, collect more girlfriends. Apparently, if this manga that we all think is getting an anime adaptation called 100 Girlfriends That All Really, 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 Really Love You is to be assumed, then we'll get the collect more girlfriends going. You have 12 aunts and uncles. So 6 aunt uncle family pairs. Yeah, in the past we also needed like 6 of those. Like 6 of those, you weren't sure if they were going to make it past 2, and you needed to have enough to run the farm. Your mom's family had 9 children. My mom's family had 4 kids, which, while not a ton, is still, doubling the population with that one. Only one of the 12 doesn't have kids. Wouldn't 2 of the 12 not have kids? Or do you have 12 like aunt uncle pairs? Gosh, why are you so confusing? You're a damn good Minecrafter, but your vernacular needs work. Your mom was the 7th kid. That's the name of a sci-fi book from 1987. The 7th child. Siblings were expected to die. Yep. And then they don't, and you're like, well, I need to make more food now. Oh my goodness. Late uncle was the only boy? Ooh. That's a life. Oh, Demon King Daimao. Demon King Daimao, I'm gonna put up here for right now, but like between this and Shuffle, I think I prefer Shuffle. But we'll see. Domestic girlfriend. Not because someone was killing them, because of yeah, I did assume that it was just hard times and not necessarily like, well, this one's got a bum leg now, and we weren't just taking care of the broken ones. I figured it was just the circumstances of life that would have done that. I love that chat is just this constant wall of how many family members everybody has now, because as long as we're not participating in Wincest and we're keeping it to Inseki. What was the word? Inseki? I thought I'd make my grandparents sound like monsters. No, you're good. I understood it at least, but clarification might be good for some of the other people in chat to read noodle out, and I have to read it out loud so that Dragon Ruse can understand it. I need help with this one. Domestic girlfriend. Is this harem? We take the assumption of the sisters, that he does indeed love them both. There's two. Do the other two girls count as harem material in this? It is harem though? Yeah. I kind of want to talk about it because it's literally one of the few where we actually get there's no V card in this one. Virginity's gone in the beginning. There's two girls who might win. The other two are what make it to harem. Okay, good. Definitely. I have to include Kanojo Mo Kanojo, the Chad man himself. Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. I know he's already talked about this, but this one already I think is shaping up to be pretty dang good. But I think especially if we end up with like 6 or 11, that'll be the one that drops out of our list here. Demon Lord. Demon Lord. There's only the 2, but it's kind of a third. Girls Bravo, the fandom was kooky. That's why you watched it. A girl magically appears in the bathtub to take him to a place where, like, it was World's End Harem before World's End Harem, right? You know, Will Smart. We talked about that. We've talked about Monster Girls plenty. Here we go. Kiss Him, Not Me. So yeah, it's purpley hair. But this one, this is a good one. And I think one of the best parts of that one is the why did that spawn to the bottom? Where'd it go? There we go. I love the dynamic. I love the idea of her being into them, but not really into them, like, specifically. Harems are us indeed, Brandon. We're prepping the script for tomorrow. We're gonna make sure that I have something unique to say that you can market well. Because if it's just another video that says, I love Hina, it's really good. I like Tenchi Muyo, it's also really good. You know, I been there, done that. Let's get some oppai in this stream so that we can show it off. Korewa Zombie Deska is so good. But I don't know about, like, harem specific. Like, it does include a group of girls. There is, like, romantic tones, but I think it needs to be more overt. Like, I would put ladies versus butlers into the harem category a lot faster, right? Oh, Oh My Goddess. That, we may have to add Oh My Goddess because I don't know that they've talked about it over on Brandon's, because that's, you want classic, Oh My Goddess does it. Belle Dandy. Stupid name. Why is the main girl's name Belle Dandy? What's wrong with you, writers? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, hold on, I gotta look that up separately then, because I don't think that made it onto this list. According to the web, you don't exist. When Googling your full name, all you find is a birth certificate from '85. Well, wouldn't that mean you exist? I mean, something was born in 85. Was it not you? I mean, it might have been you. Oh, it's Oh My Goddess, not Oh My... I always say Oh My Goddess. Did you write Oh My Goddess? You did. You wrote Oh My Goddess. It's Oh My Goddess. Why? Why? No idea. Monster Musume. Oh, 1885. Okay, you're right. You're not that old. My Bride is a Mermaid. I have trouble counting as... I love that show, but I wouldn't count that one. Mixing it up with All My Buddha? I don't think so, because I'm familiar with that too, but I always think it's AH for Oh My Goddess as well. It was close. It's our Berenstein moment. It's your granddad's. That's crazy. All routes lead to doom. Like, this is a newer one, but this one's also really good. Quite enjoy it. Evangelion. Technically a harem. One of my favorites. Yeah, here it is. Oron Host Club. The high school host club kind of was explosive with the reverse harem. Kind of came out and was like, hey, this is a thing that we do too. Forgot about NGNL. Yeah, a lot of, like, you know who else forgot about it? All the studios that could be potentially working on a new season. Sekirei. Unabashedly one of my favorite shows of all time. I love Sekirei. The misfit of Demon King Academy. History's strongest Demon King reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants. Are they fifth cousins or not? High School DxD is, I think you can qualify it as a harem because the dude in the group is pretty twinky. So I think that's going to be okay if you just call that a harem. I don't think you need to reverse harem that. Sekirei. The girls in this anime are just so nice. They are awesome. They are Pokemon with oppai. Strongest say Skimichi. Ooh. I like Skimichi, but at this point he only has the two girls. Trinity 7. That pretty right off the bat. I liked this show. I need to see the OVAs still, but I like the show. Pokemon with oppai? Yeah, Sekirei. So the let me read it for you. Wait, real quick. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. Do I care enough about that to want to talk about it? I don't think I do. It's basically Tenchi Muyo with nipple. Like, that's the end of the story there. Where did Sekirei go? Let's just read it. Minato Sahashi is extremely intelligent, yet due to his inability to cope under pressure, has failed the college entrance exam twice. As a result, he has been branded an idiot and loser by many. One day, after talking to his yet again disappointed mother, he comes in contact with a girl named Musubi, who was under attack. The girl runs, but takes him with her, and soon finds that Minato, while unknown to him, is an Ashikabi, one of the mysterious set of masters that have the genetic trait that can become partners with some of the 108 cute girls, buxom women, and beast shonen called Sekirei. The reason for the partnership allows the Sekirei to use all their power to win in the competition held by the mysterious MBI Corporation. And you know how the Ashikabi connect with the girls to unlock their powers? Kisu. He kisses them, and then they become a part of his battle harem to fight back against the MBI Corporation. It's fantastic. So he goes around collecting girls to fight for him, with the main girl, Musubi, being the best fighter that he has. You're still bothered by Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like, you remember back in the day, like my cousin was like, oh, it's Escaflowne. And then like 2 years ago, no, not even 2 years ago, maybe 2 months ago, I heard somebody say Escaflowne. And I was like, what did you just say? Oh my goodness. Mal says, "Ah, my goddess." It was labeled as such in some releases. Well, let's get it here. We can go to the heterosexual. It's streaming on Hulu. Is this the Ah Megami Sama? So the actual Japanese is AA. So go you, go my memory. Ah, my goddess is what it's supposed to be. Steel Angel Kurumi second season basically becomes a les fest, cause we're festing at the lesies. How do I get how far out there did they go before I see that? Show me my search button. Show me the search button. There it is. Steel Angel Kurumi. It's got a TV short and a second season. There's a manga too. Do 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 do. Oh, this looks really fun here. I'm not letting my memory be Isn't it Mandala effect? You know what's funny about it being called the Mandela effect is that Nelson Mandela was released from prison when I was born. And funnily enough, he was actually imprisoned when like my dad was born. So like it's one of those things where I knew this weird fact about him, and then everybody's like, "Oh, he died in prison." I was like, "No, he got released. He literally got released when I was born." It's a weird fact in my brain. What are my thoughts on Ohio? I think you know my thoughts on Ohio. Am I going to be able to find... Ohio. Here we go. This is my thoughts on Ohio. Gozaimasu. It's so cute. Thank you, Ohio, for greeting me. Hisashiburi. It's the it's been a while since I've seen you, or like it's been a long time. It's good to see you after a while. Hisashiburi, but everyone says Sashiburi. So sash your booty means it's been a while. I don't want to see what this Les Fest is all about. You want to be able to time travel so you can skip time to the points where every new episode of anime you can skip all the waiting. Gosh, that power. It's too strong for any man. During Japan's Taisho era, 1912 to 1926, a scientist named Ayano Koji developed the Steel Angel, an artificial humanoid with superhuman physical abilities. I see where this goes in the second season. While the Imperial Army wanted to use the Steel Angel as a new means of modern warfare, Ayano Koji wanted his creation to be a new step in the future of mankind. Thus, he defied orders from the army and secretly made the Steel Angel codenamed Kurumi. Then one day, a young boy named Nakahito Kagura snuck into Ayano Koji's house as a dare by his friends and stumbled upon Kurumi's lifeless body. A sudden attack by the Imperial Army shook the house, causing Kurumi to fall on Nakahito. At that moment, their lips met, and Kurumi woke up from the kiss that started a miracle. Classroom with Elite author was totally inspired. Yeah. Oh, this man's a genius. He's a scientific genius. You just jump 40 years in the future, spend a couple years watching everything, and then go back in time and play games. So number two, just a big 2, okay. Looks a little different here. 75 years after the first season, Steel Angel Kurumi 2 brings the Steel Angels in a new misadventure. High school student and aspiring cellist. Is it cellist? Is that what I'm reading here? Of a sweet harem romance you watch on YouTube. Very lewd, but sweet. I don't recommend it, though. Better to watch Shafts. Kagura accidentally discovers and kisses Kurumi Mark II at her home, thus making her Kurumi's master. But things go awry as Nako, her name is Nako, best friend Uruka gets jealous and tries anything, including her father's army of top secret mecha, to destroy Kurumi and win back Nako. Things get more out of control when Saki Mark II is awakened by Uruka, and Karinka Mark II joins to steal Nako away from Kurumi. Where did Karinka come from? It's crazy. Like, okay, so in the 20s, and then 75 years later, now it's all Leslie. I get it. It's following the trends. I think Fanside, I think you found a good one here. You go back to the 80s just to see what the hype is all about. As long as you're old enough to enjoy it, you'll have fun back then, from what I understand. Pre-9/11 world was... I mean, I don't know that the pre-9/11 world, like, obviously, like, the airplanes and everything, like, getting on a plane, like, changed, but, like, the post-Desert Storm world felt very similar to the post-9/11 world, so I don't know that, like, culturally there'll be any, like, significant difference between the two. But going back to the 80s, you go pre-storm, that's when you're gonna see, like, you're gonna be like, this is America? Woohoo! 80s overhyped, 90s was the hype. Go look at the Soviet Union in the 80s. I'd hunt the Red October. I'd find it. The wall was still up back then. What wall? The wall that we hang the maps on? That's a good wall. Make sure it's thick enough. Thick like my first girlfriend was a gal. I do love that show, but again, it's him and her, and then the antics with the other 3. So it's like, I can't call that one a harem. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's too many shows. It's too many shows to talk about in one. Usually it's a 1 hour. Maybe I could stretch them to a 2 hour, but. How did Shuffle not end up on this list? I'm still shocked by that. Demon King Daimao. Dropping you down, sorry. Harem Labyrinth. Everybody knows about you because you're new, so you're dropping down. The harem genre is never ending. Yeah, that's the problem, is I finished scrolling through the list, and then by the time I scrolled through the list, there was more stuff being stuck in the list. As soon as the stream is over, there's going to be more. Exactly. Mach and Key. I like the tropes that they play with in that show. It's a ton of fun. I like Kiss Him Not Me. DXD, also a fantastic one. Kanojo Mo Kanojo. Cat Planet Cuties. Do we have a trailer? Do we have a trailer? No, no trailer. Okay. I like that their picture is a Maneki Neko of the cat robots from the show. Cat Planet Cuties, come drop by. Only reason you have to go back in time for when we do investments to make a lot of money and then use that money to go every concert from the 60s and 90s. Oh, man. We do need more true harem anime. I'm glad that we have Harem and a Labyrinth coming out. And I have high hopes for the harem in I'm Reborn as a Vending Machine. The harem building in that should be quality. Story revolves around Kakazu Kyo, an ordinary high school freshman living in Okinawa. A girl with cat ears appears before him during a memorial service for one of his family ancestors. The girl calls herself Eris and claims she's an alien. Before long, fanatical alien worshippers and a mysterious government agency are in hot pursuit of Eris, but Kyo's childhood friend, Manami, who wants to follow in her father's footsteps in the CIA, captures Eris. Kyo finds himself having to protect Eris from everyone. Yeah, that's kind of what my thought is on this one. Is I remember this show being primarily about the main chick, and the other ones just sort of existed. They weren't really primary in any sort of romantic sense. Look at this all female cast over here. Look at them, all smiling and happy. Y'all did a good job. You made a show that I love. Rosario Vampire or Pokemon. I don't think it's a harem if they all come one after another. I think you have to have them all near you at the same time. Is there a Pokemon where they're all... Wait a minute. You're not talking about Pokemon, are you? Cat Planet Cuties. Missed it by that much. Monster Musume, I can't speak to the same way Michael could, so I gotta drop it. I like in Villainous how everybody loves her. I love that part. You remember that Japanese woman using vending machine? No, not the Japanese woman using vending machine camouflage. The vending machine anime. Hold on. I wish there were photos on Annie list. Let's just make sure these are safe. No, I don't want to open the dang photo. Here. See? She has to carry the vending machine around. It's a vending, but the vending machine is the main character who's reborn as a vending machine. You now wander the dungeon. Got to be careful with this scroll here. Gotta be careful with it. See? She's all happy with her vending machine. She found it in the dead. My second life as a vending machine is finally getting good. You have to have known about that, Geminire. Oh, I said not. The live action video. Oh, yes, yes. You did show me the live action vending machine. She pulls up the skirt. What manga masterpiece needs to get an adaptation that would be more important to the world than vending machine reincarnation, than reincarnated as Big Sword? What? We're getting Chainsaw Man. Will nothing make you people happy? The ending of Pokemon will be a surprise. Misty May and Dawn in Ash's bed. That sounds like an old an old phrase. Misty May Dawn in Ash's bed. Like Berserk. Berserk has an anime adaptation. Just because they suck at it doesn't mean it doesn't have one. I don't know. Can you get muted if you're a mod? If I have you modded, will it ever be like, no, that's a mute? Do I even have... Does the bot work yet? Does the bot do a thing yet? No? Still no? Ugh, whatever. None of these bots work. It's impossible. You can't make a bot that works. I have stream elements. I've got restream. They're all attached to your channel, and it's just nothing. It doesn't do nothing. You don't know how it's gone so long with it. It's never had an anime. What are you talking about? No one's ever tried to draw that masterpiece in animation form. You're happy just saying Spirit Circle, Hajiotsu, Muddy and Clay, Yasastai, and others are amazing works that nobody notices. You know, maybe they need, hold on. Before I pass judgment, let's at least pass judgment on things that we're looking at and not just pull it out of my ass like I normally do. Also Yotsubato, but the author doesn't want an adaptation. See, look at all that spam, and you're still not getting anything. Yeah, see, we got My Stepmom's Daughter is my ex. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy with the state of anime? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this in a very. If I do this, and I do this. And then I do this, and I call this the Paru list, and I save it. And then we go and we do a search, and we do Spirit Circle. Spirit Chronicles. Oh, whoops, wrong button. I need to add this to the Paru list. Okay. Save. All right, and then if you block someone, I can unblock them, but if you mute them or time them out, I can't do anything. So like Dragon Ruse got timed out by Serranos in the great modding event of last month, and I couldn't untime out Dragon. We had to just wait for the timer to tick down. Haji Otsu 2010. Come on, Paru, give me something in the last decade. Just kidding. Don't do that. Muddy and... Oh, excuse me. Muddy and Clay. Muddy and Clay doesn't come up with anything. Yasasitai. Aku Yaku Reijo wa Dannasama wo Yasasitai. That one? How long is the timer? I don't remember. Why'd you bring that up? You still have PTSD? I don't know. I like to stir the pot from time to time. Maybe it's Clay and Muddy. Also, can I confirm the light novel is Aku Yaku Reijo wa Dannasama wo Yasasitai. I'm putting it in the list for now until you confirm that one. Clay and Muddy. Clay and Muddy not on Annie list either. Interesting. Maybe if it was good enough to get on Annie list, it'd be good enough to get an anime adaptation. So that's probably the first problem. Yotsu Bado. And... That's a weird... Wait, this looks familiar. Does Yotsuba not have a... Does this not have an anime already? Huh. That is true. We will determine the goodness here. Give me a second. I will guide the stream. We will find our way. Do manga list. It's the only list of manga that I have. The Paru list. You have to say, yeah. Alrighty, here we are. The Paru list. Mentioning Chainsaw Man does work. Got 50+ views on the stream last week of it. I did. We had people like popping into chat being like, I love Chainsaw Man. And I was like, why? And they're like, it's got blood and bones. And I was like, cool. And like, it was crazy. You were like, oh, it's the meme from Family Guy with Lois where she's like, chainsaw, and everybody like leans forward in their seat. And then she says, man, and everybody stands up and just starts cheering because that's just what they do. Only Aku, you know, is the shape-shifting master of darkness. That's true. That's true. You never knew there were Mexicans in Japan until you saw Excel Saga? Yeah, well, they never brought tacos to Japan, so what good were they? I've had tacos in Japan at like this little, oh, you should go here. It's the only place in Osaka where you get like good tacos. And you get like the tortilla is like folded and then fried like fresh. And it was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then the ground beef and then salsa was basically like the kind of ground beef and tomato sauce that you would put in a lasagna. It tasted like a lasagna in a freshly fried crispy taco. It was like, thank you for the taco shell full of Italian seasoned meats and tomato sauce, sir. So whoever these Excel Saga Mexicanos are, they need to get on the bring tacos to Japan train because Japan does not know tacos. It's awful. It's awful. You can't get spicy food. The only spicy food they have in Japan is curry. You go to curry, and even that, you're like, you sit down at a place like a chain place. It's like Coco Curry, You sit down at Coco's and you're like, oh, I'll have your curry, and it's like you pick a curry, and it's basically like you get the curry and you get a topping. So like I like to get the katsu curry because there's like, oh, some fried pork on there, that'll be pretty good. And then they're like, oh, how spicy? And I was like, how high does it go? And they're like, oh, 1 through 10. And I'm like, 10. And they looked at me, and I always love when places do this, because when a place does this, it's usually a good sign. They go, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, give me 10. And I get it. That was a Thai 2. Thai food 2-star is the Japanese curry 10-star. It's insane how little they understand about spicy food in the Nihon. They just don't do it. And it's like, I want something hot, please. Give me spicy. It's annoying. They're too busy doing construction. Well, if anime has taught me anything, the only people who do construction are the part-time high school students. It's 2022. They're called Mexicanks. Mexicanks. Are you supposed to pronounce it as an X, or are you supposed to pronounce the X? Is it like spy cross family? Is it Latin cross? Is that the term? Latin crosses? Because they're all like primarily religious. Is that the idea? They're hearkening back to the Catholic faith of the Mexican people with the Latin crosses. P.S. You hate Mexican food. Taco Bell is the only Mexican food you'll eat because it's not real Mexican food. There's lots of not real Mexican food that's delicious. That's like, I really love Tex-Mex. Like, I think Tex-Mex is much better to me than most like actual Mexican food. Because actual Mexican food, they don't use a lot of cheese. They have like cotija. There's like one cheese that they use, and I like me a big cheddar like burrito bowl. You know, that big. Give me that Mexi border stuff. I freaking love it. And Japan hasn't been spicy since they stopped crashing Mitsubishis into naval ships, man. But how they got those cars all the way out into the ocean like that, I'll never know. But that's the ingenuity of the Japanese, really. They've been a little spicy. But see, all their spice goes into my stepsister's my ex. None of it goes into their food. You say luckily, and I'll agree with Talentless Nana. I liked Talentless Nana. Shadow House, I actually am still watching that, but I have a friend, buddy, doing the dub, so I'm excited to continue that. And then Promise Neverland. How can you say luckily when you seen it? Have you seen it? I don't know. I don't know that you can say luckily they adapted Promise Neverland. Oh my goodness. You went to a Mexican restaurant in Ukraine twice. Heaven on earth. Oof, do love some stuff. There's a place in Del Rio called Ponchos. Used to go there once in a while. Nice. We have there's 2 Mexican places that I go to that are actual Mexican places, and that's Toreros. That's really good. And then there's only 1 season of Promised Neverland, and then the other one's Takiara Reconcido. That's what the other one's called. And they're the authentic Mexican places around here that are really good. I forgot that other season of Promised Neverland was just a thought that I had when I was thinking about how Berserk adaptations are bad too. Sorry, I forgot. That was on me. Great Man was peak spice. The girl on the straight and narrow. I'm gonna tie you to the radiator and grape you. I think they called him the Grapist, if I remember. It was the Grapist. It's the Whitest Kids You Know skit. Oh my goodness. All right, I don't know why I unshared this. So here we go. Here are 4 manga that Paru says need to be adapted. Nah, you guys don't need to read. That's fine. I'll read for you. Don't they have wasabi and it's not spicy or hot? Have you had wasabi? Okay, here's the crazy thing. I'm going to do this instead of unsharing. I'm just going to remove it and I can quickly click it back. That'll be easier. Okay. Wasabi that we typically get in America is actually horseradish that has been dyed green. It's been powdered and dyed green because wasabi, the actual wasabi plant, is a huge pain in the ass to grow. It is so difficult. It needs constant flowing water. It is a major pain. So usually if you're getting like a powdered wasabi that's being mixed into like a paste, it's usually horseradish. Now, if you do get real wasabi, there's going to be some fibrous chunks in it. And there's going to be something you notice. If you eat an entire blob of real wasabi, it will taste amazing. You'll be like, wow, that tastes really good. It will open up your sinuses. Your ears will open up. You might need to blow your nose because it sort of gets up into your thing. But the way that you can take horseradish and put it in your mouth and everything dies, you're just like, because it just inflames all of your sinuses. That's not what wasabi does. Wasabi is like a carrot. It's like a radish. Like it's very spicy in that sort of like nasally pepper spray style, but actual wasabi you can just eat normally. The curry roux from S&B is pretty hot to me. All right, I will confess, I have and use the hottest hot sauce from Pucker Butt and Hot Ones, the show. When you get to the 10th wing, I have that sauce and I use that sauce consistently. So I will admit that when I say it's not spicy, that means it's not spicy to me. However, come on, I should not be equating your spiciest level to not even 40% of the Thai restaurant down the street. Then why did Mater run around the place? I don't know. Jean Reno, he eats it. Does anybody else know this? Season 2 would be great. At least the adaptation got more people into the masterpiece of the manga. Nice. When you eat cheese, you love old cheese, but getting the real stuff is $200 for a pound of cheese. Yeah. Yeah, no, like good cheese. I love Humboldt Fog, but like I think Humboldt Fog even is like $60 a pound or something like that. So you're like, can I have 1/8 of a pound, please? And they're like, okay, and they like shave off a little bit for you. We're down to 12 harems. But real quick, people don't believe me about wasabi, so you're gonna have to watch Jean Reno eat wasabi because it's hilarious. So he is in Japan looking for his daughter. And he just...
La suite est simple. Elle fait du bon travail. Elle fait tomber quelques têtes avant de se faire découvrir. Elle a le temps de vider le compte en banque du zèbre. Pour la séduire un peu plus et de me laisser des indices pour que je puisse finir son travail.
This guy actually knows what it is.
Cependant, j'ai l'impression qu'il y a un élément qui manque.
In filming this, Jean Reno actually was eating wasabi. He wasn't playing a part where he ate some like green goop. He actually just downs wasabi.
Je sais pas. Pourquoi elle a attendu 19 ans pour me dire que j'avais une fille?
Je sais pas. Non, mais peut-être qu'elle voulait pas te mêler à ses affaires. Et quand elle s'est aperçue qu'elle
it's
pouvait
funny
plus la
because he hates
protéger,
everything about
elle t'a
Japan
appelé
because he's
pour
like
qu'elle
an
protège sa
8-foot tall
place.
La
Frenchman.
protéger, c'est ça, la protéger contre elle-même. Elle connaît sa fille, elle sait qu'avec elle, 200 millions vont faire un feu de paille.
The other guy tries and he almost dies.
Provient d'où?
He can't handle the wasabi.
Nico et moi, nous nous sommes déclarés notre amour. C'est là que tout a commencé, que tout finira. Viens, on...
Yeah. Anyway, I freaking love that show. Movie? It's a movie, yeah. The film is literally called Wasabi. If any manga on this list get an anime announced, we have to let Paru know. So these are the manga that she says need an anime adaptation instead of reincarnated as a sword or reincarnated as a vending machine. So we will be the judges of that real quick here. Hello, this is Koiwai Yotsuba. Yotsuba Koiwai. Yotsuba moved with daddy to a new house from our old house way over there. And moving's fun because people wave. Oh, and Yotsuba met these nice people next door and made friends with them. One of them acted like they were one of those bad strangers daddy told Yotsuba not to go with. Whoa, this got dark. But it was okay in the end. I hope we get to play a lot and eat ice cream too. And, oh yeah, you should come play with Yotsuba too. This sounds adorable. Better than vending machine? We'll find out. The curling manga is on the top of the list. Yeah. Curling manga where they're having a curling contest to decide which city gets to claim the hot spring as their own. That's peak manga masterpiece right there. Fuda Okaya's dad said second-year middle school students are unstoppable, and he's inclined to agree. Futa is determined to make the most out of his ordinary student life, but everything changes when the mysterious Koko Ishigami transfers into his class. Not just because Futa thinks she's pretty and likes her, but because she thinks Futa is her rival from a past life. Okay. Okay. I can play with that. That sounds like a fun one. Okay. So 1 out of 2. 1 out of 2, and I'm with you, all right? Ashihara Himari hates men, or rather she doesn't understand them. In order to alleviate this problem, her friends decide that she should confess to someone. But what if that someone unexpectedly agrees? Oh no. See, what you want to know is in vending machine Japan has some weird stuff in their vending machines. Oh, what's in the vending machine? Yeah. There's the vending machines in the mystery vending machine corner have anything in them. They literally they have the machine set up so they can just have a bunch of boxes that are just wrapped in paper, and they'll have like haikus and stuff on them, and they'll just fall out. And it could be like a Hot Wheels, it could be a can of pop, it could be anything. Just anything. Otomen is so much fun with the way they did Way of the House Husband was pretty dirty. Yeah. Yeah, the Way of the House Husband could have been treated better. What is this chonky chonker here? What's up, Chonkerson? A count's daughter who lost in the running to become the second prince's fiancée, Camilla. The prince chose a baron's daughter as his fiancée, and the world blessed the two's love as fated. On the other hand, Camilla, who was tailored and elevated as the love's villain in the end, as punishment, she was made to marry a terribly fat and ugly man called Toad of the Swamp. From his appearance, a lord of remote region named Alois. As an ugly toad man's plaything, the noble villainous girl walks along the road of her wretched last days, as if I'll let that happen. I won't just get married meekly like this. I'll definitely make him diet and polish him into a good man and show them good. A romance story between a girl who isn't discouraged and an intellectual man who's different from his appearance. A diet and their meals, coaxing the other, yet sometimes being played themselves. Okay, I would love to see angry, vengeful princess makes fat toad man into a skinny man, but I don't know that the fat shaming would be allowed. Peter, have you read Mizutama Honey Boy? I also endorse fat shaming because there's enough people already in the world who tell you it's okay. Like, there's enough Richard Simmons out there saying, oh, you're you're beautiful. I love you. We're gonna get through this together. And like all of that. And like that's one aspect of it. But you need to have both. It needs to be a balance. For every person in the world that says, you know what, it's okay being who you are, there needs to be a me who says, you could be better! And that's why you can go on blainsescapecorner.locals.com, where I post my weight on a daily basis to say, hey, tell me to lose this next, what do I have to lose? I have to lose 9 pounds. In this cut to get down to 165 so I can start bulking back up and get these twiggy arms and legs back into a position they need to be in. So if you're about the fat shaming or encouragement, I'll take either, but fat shaming helps me more. Jump on in there and help me out. For every Lizzo, there must be a Nikki Rackets. Yeah. Because let's be honest, there's nothing healthy about some sizes. I like that the author doesn't waste time trying to address expectation and focuses on Asuka. Curling is basically the shuffleboard of ice. Yeah, is it not? How would it not be allowed? You just forget. Because Kiss Him Not Me came out in a time where that was kind of okay, and because she's like losing the weight not because of herself, it just happens to her. It's not a problem. But if she tries to like motivate and get Chonky Boy back in the gym, I think you'd have some problems. It might get adapted, but we might have to pirate it because no one will license it except me. That license will be like $5, and I'll be like, yes, I now have the license to a show in Japan. Oh my goodness. You'll lose $5 for every $100. If you pay for that $100 with pennies, you'd lose 5 pounds immediately. Don't think judging or stereotyping random strangers is good. Never said to encourage gaining weight, though. Yes, exactly. And that your take is a good take. It is a healthy take. It's a good thing to have people in the world who don't care, right? They don't judge you. They don't, whatever it is. It's not like I go down the street going, "What's up, Chunky? When are you gonna lose the blubber there, big boy?" It's not. I'm not overtly rude about it, but if I have someone who's like, "Hey, you think this makes me look fat, or you think I could lose a few pounds?" Yeah, you could. You could lose probably a few dozen pounds actually. So it's a little different there. A little different, but yes, no, you are like I said, there needs to be both sides. We need people who say, "Hey, you're fat. Get over it." And people who say, "I love you. You're a good friend. It doesn't matter to me." Both are necessary in this world. The first few chapters have a lot of fat person evil. See, fat people aren't evil. They're just misguided. They've been guided to the Golden Corral, and they need to be guided into the gym, and that's the problem, is that they're just misguided in life. It's made pretty clear the main character is coping with her fate, though the story has a lot of depth and character developing. You do not care what others think about you. Good. That is a strong place to be in, and it's important to have a sense of self that says, I don't care what you say. The fatvacates compared to the lose weight teens. Your only goal is to fit in one chair. That's a good goal. Like, think about it, right? There's a Twitter account called Fat People Posting Their L's on Twitter, because of course there is. And of course the algorithm was like, "Hey Blaine, you want to read about fat people posting their L's?" And there's a lot of people that are like, "I couldn't go on the carnival ride, and now I'm suing the owner. That'll show them for building a fat phobic chair." And it's like, maybe if you weren't the size of 2 chairs, it'd be okay. It'd be okay. Don't feel as bad, man. One Lizzo is too many. We all know. Dragon Ruse laughed at you, though. I was busy. Only online in one particular country. Yes, but that's too many. That's still too many. It being only online and only in one country is still too many. What is all this? Oh, this is that. That's right. We were doing Dragon Ball Fortnite stuff. This is what got me on that whole choo-choo train. Mexico surpassed us as the largest people on Earth. That's crazy. You feel for the people with glandular issues. You read about this poor lady that gained height and weight. Glands are a thing, you know, like people who have either an overactive or an underactive thyroid can be larger or smaller, but they also need to kind of know that about themselves. Like if you got like an underacting thyroid, like you're gonna be a shorter person and smaller overall, so don't eat as much. And if you are going to have, like, you got an overactive thyroid, you're going to need more calories, but you're also going to need to get in the gym more so that when those calories come in, they go to the good place and not just to fat. So it's not, there's very few glandular things that you can't work around. You know, there's plenty of people that have done it. So find those people and figure it out. Yummy. I don't know much about Mexico. I'd have to go talk to Mexican Iron Man to see what the fat culture is like down there. If the constant wave of whales that we export are affecting their perceptions of the world, we'll say, or if it's just everything else. You had a lose weightician tell you that thyroid issues that affected weight didn't exist and you were confused. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, the thyroid issue doesn't put the weight on you. It just gives you, like, a drive to eat more or not eat a lot. Or it changes what happens when the food comes in, right? So, like, your thyroid will control, like, how much growth you do. And so depending on how it's acting compared with what you're eating could lead to weight. So, like, I could see the argument that technically it's not what made you fat. It's the fact that more calories went in than went out, because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's how many calories go in, how many calories come out. I don't care how broken your body is. If your body burns 1,800 calories and you eat 1,800 calories for an entire week, like every day, you're going to be net zero. If your body burns 1,800 calories and you eat 3,000 calories every day for a week, you're going to gain weight. If your body burns 1,800 calories and you eat 1,600 calories for a week, you're going to lose weight. The hormones, the glands, all of the rest of that stuff don't really factor in at the end of the day when it comes to gain or lose weight. The important part is to make sure you've got a highly nutritious diet, because otherwise, if your diet isn't nutritious enough, that's when you get into, like, real problems. So we're trying to cut this down to 10. Do 2019 EU said over 52% of the population are overweight. Oh my goodness, where am I? Look at all of this stuff I lost. She went through so many doctors before someone found out what it was. May she rip. Wait, who ripped? Oh, before she gained height and weight. Yeah. When you gain height at a weird point in your life, it's probably one of your, like, pituitary or something like that going crazy. Date Alive is a good harem. That is true. And it's basically a dating game in an anime. That's why the sea levels are rising. Too many whales. We were at Topgolf the other day for my birthday, and Katie, my wife, just shanks it. It's not even like a slice. She just shanks it off to the side. And there was this big boy orca whale coming down the path outside the net, and I was like, "Don't worry, honey, that wasn't you. It was just his gravitational well." Oh my goodness. Do we use the same standard though? They use BMI. I feel like BMI is a good indicator for yourself, but if you're taking global statistics using BMI, that's not a good way to go, because with the way BMI works based on height and weight, jacked people can be overweight, right? Or people that are a healthy svelte can be underweight. So you have to know yourself to know oh, I'm a 28 on the BMI, but I'm also benching 350, so I'm pretty sure I'm okay. Versus, oh, I'm a 30 on the BMI, and I haven't seen my toes for a year. You probably should listen to what the BMI says and start losing some of that weight. That's probably not the best place to be in. The mods elect Data Live as the king of harem anime, so pick it. Lots of good, nutritious food in Ukraine, totally not biased, but you can find them in the U.S., plus a lot of amazing opportunities to exercise in both countries. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the state of nutrition in the Ukraine. I do know that it's kind of weird the way that the U.S. is set up, where I can eat any type of food of any quality that I want within a 10-minute drive of my house. I can find any kind of mushrooms, veggies, squashes. There's a farmer's market that was just down the hill today, and I could have just rolled down and gotten all these fresh veg straight from a place, gotten some grass-fed beef, etc. Oklahoma has a farmer's market that is full of yogurt and ice cream and just tons of dairy, right? It's nice because it's fresh and farm and all that, but it's still not good for you specifically, especially an older human. You're not supposed to have a lot of dairy, so it's one of those things where there's places in this country where you just can't get good food quickly and easily, and you've got to really be good at making it and being okay with not finding every killer mushroom that you really like, all that kind of stuff. So very, very interesting setup here in America. Always saying people gaining weight is more than just the U.S. issue. Yeah, it's a the hell is it called? It's not post scarcity. That's Star Trek, but we've gone from trying to live and survive to now we're trying to thrive and attain. And so being in a place where you have a lot of base needs met, you now are able to just sort of relax. And I don't mean relax there's not stress from work. You're not always trying to, pay bills and that kind of stuff. But you're not dependent on finding a deer today so that you and all of your family don't die. It's a little different than it used to be. So we're in that state where you can just have 3 meals a day if you want to have 3 meals a day, and they may not be great meals every day. And so any country that hits that point where it sort of flips into this it's not even hunter-gatherer, because we had farmsteads and stuff back then, but you still had to wake up and do in order to get the food that was going to be ready for you. But the on-demand, as it becomes more prevalent in each of these countries, you see the weight increase. It's just what happens. It's a pandemic issue. That too. Not great when you're not walking around. The obesity epidemic, saying the modern association with body positivity religion had a different purpose or very restricted to the internet in one country. Yeah. No, and again, it's online people versus real life people. You talk to some chonker in real life, they know they're not healthy. They know that they need to lose some weight. yeah, I just need to lose the weight, and they'll slap it, and they'll be like, oh, I just need to get rid of 50 or 60 of these, and it's like, do it. Just do it. You know, that's my biggest thing is people are just kind of complacent with the weight where it is, right? Like, if you want to get rid of the weight, get rid of the weight. Just do it. Work towards it. And if you're working towards it and it's not going away, cool. Tweak it. But if you're, like, starting to feel better about yourself because you're working towards it, you're like, okay, cool. I'm feeling better. You know, I haven't really lost a number, but I feel better when I wake up. Congratulations. Body positivity seems a progressive movement, then I assume it also big in Europe, if not bigger in Western Europe. Post refrigerator. There we go. That's probably the problem. Refrigerators are the problem. Refrigerators and the fat-free craze. Everyone's like, fat equals fat. We'll get rid of fat. And it's like, that's not how it works, actually. And when you got rid of fat, you added sugar. And adding sugar is worse than eating fat. I can eat a big piece of steak with a big fat cap on it, and it'll be way better for me than the same number of fat calories in a pile of sugar. That pile of sugar is going to give me diabetes. It's going to give me, what's the tooth thing? Cavities. It's going to give me all kinds of problems. And it's going to feed my gut biome in a way that I'm going to crave that sugar next time. And all I want to eat is sugar. And it just ruins the planet that way. Yeah, the kitty bear, you're touching on what I was talking about earlier, where like BMI only looks at like weight and size, like height and weight, basically. So you get a number, but that number could be wrong if you're very muscular. So the fat percentage is important to be on top of. It also indicates sort of a health level too. So the refrigerator and its consequences have been a disaster for humanity. Eat lots of ramen, so no weight loss or gain. Is that? Yeah, because if you eat too much ramen, you just have the shits. Like, you can't retain it. Show the bottom four. So here's what we're talking. We're talking between Rosario, Trinity 7, Seki Ray, Oron Host Club, Ame Goddess, Next Life is a Villainous, Makin Key, Do Mekano, Girlfriend, High School DxD, Kiss Him Not Me. I need to bring this down to 10 that I can talk with Brandon about tomorrow. And then we'll record the video, and I think he'll post it probably next week. Other than it being Belle Dandy, is Ame Goddess something that I would choose? The problem on picking Date Alive is I've only seen 4 episodes of the first season of Date Alive. So I can't talk about Date Alive from here. Like, I could, I guess. I could just read a synopsis and be like, Date Alive is a show that came out in 2008 and features a main character who is tasked with unlocking the potential of the Battle Warrior girls. Eat the wrong stuff and it messes with your mental state. Yeah, that's why it's important to eat the right food. You have like a direct, like, it affects your mental state, but eating bad food affects everyone in the same way. It's just not as drastic, right? Like, some people have that condition where it's like eating onions and things will give them migraines. So they have like a direct connection to like eating food and then having it affect them. But like eating food affects everybody. We just don't always pay attention to it. House Club. And anyone you may be inclined to choose. Okay, I'm pretty sure it came out in 2012 and it's about spirits. Like I said, I've seen 4 episodes of Date Alive, season 1. I'm thinking of cutting Ame Goddess because all I recall is Belle Dandy as the like primary, and part of it being like the primary couple kind of removes the idea that it's a harem to me. Which one's the libertarian choice? The libertarian choice got cucked like an hour ago, I'm sure, because that's how it works. Keiichi Morisato is looking forward to university life, but in reality he has no luck in anything, and he has trouble with clubs, love, etc. The truth is that he has an unlucky star above his head one day, and Keiichi is stuck watching the dorm while his senpai are away and has a mountain of chores to do to boot. But Keiichi is a good-natured person and is set about doing his duties. He is about to finish his final chore. He makes a phone call to his senpai, but the words that come through the receiver are Goddess Helpline. Shortly afterward, a beautiful goddess named Belle Dandy appears in front of him in the mirror of his room. Erd. And Skull. Does Erd? You can also cut ones I remember the worst. Yeah. I said specifically Monster Museum. I said specifically I'm removing Monster Musume because Michael is the only one who could have talked about that appropriately. Were you saying I okay, so we're dropping this one to the 9 slot. Rosarian Vampire, There is a Snowstorm is my favorite. We have to make choices in life. Not all of them are easy, but they all must be made. It's okay. You don't have to be able to spell. It's all right. We're here to translate for you. I think I can pair Next Life is a Villainous and Kiss Him Not Me into one conversation. And I think that I can pair... You know what? I bet I can do Kiss Him Not Me, Next Life is a Villainous, and Oron all in a 1, 2, 3. But would that do them justice? Does Brandon know the 10? I'm going to send him a list just so he has them. But Villainous is the best on the list. Note, you've only seen one on this list. Snake Girls give the best sloppy toppy and the best wappy bappy, if you know what I mean. I loved Trinity 7, but it arguably isn't super peak because there's only one girl that is like, of all of the shows where it's like, oh, that girl's best girl. It's like in Trinity 7, it's like only Lisbeth. Like there's only the one. All right, Bakachin, Parachin Baka, have a good one. We will check you later. This is going very against my personal motto of life's easy. You make choices and you don't look back. So I'm gonna have to stick to my personal motto. Life's easy. You make choices. Oh wait, I was already down to 10. Why did no one tell me I was down to 10? Oh, dang it. Now I gotta think again. I don't think I'll be making any choice. Dang it. Why did I think I needed to cut out 2 more? Oh. 8 equals 10 because rows of 4. Yeah, no, I figured that out eventually. I'm not used to... I haven't played enough Minecraft yet to, like, see numbers quickly. Shoot. All right, so if we've got these 9... I don't know if I want to talk about Trinity 7 now that the more I think about it, the less I want to talk about it. These don't work. Those don't work. Heaven's property. What connects these? What puts these together? What makes them... Though I have 9, because Sekirei's on here. I can only add 1 more. I'd have to add Data Life or Monster Musume. What brings the... What am I bringing to the table here? The... Top 10 true harem. Okay, Musume is going back in. And then I'll do this. Punk. Now it's rows of 5. That makes it easy. But only I can see the rows of 5. You think what makes a good harem is the idea of the girls all being friends. That's true. That does make a good harem. Oops. Also, them all being a potential mate, I think makes it a good harem. I haven't played enough Minecraft to visualize the Fibonacci sequence. No, I learned Fibonacci. Fibonacci is the one thing that I do know. I'll show you. Open a new tab. All right, so we've got our 10. And I think we're gonna market it as the top 10 true harem anime. See, I'm very familiar with the Fibonacci sequence. I have no troubles understanding a 1 by 1, a 1 by 1, a 2 by 2, a 3 by 3, a 5 by 5. I'm about it. 8 by 8. 13 by 13. 21 by 21. Keeps going. Keeps going. Musume to exist. That would be your list. Yeah. You might have learned it, but you see every aspect of life. That's what Minecraft offers. How are you gonna be a damn Fibonacci sequence in a game made of blocks? All right, so it took too long for Fortnite to download, so we'll look at the Dragon Ball stuff in person tomorrow. I think that's anime enough that'll be okay on this channel rather than having to go to the Twitch channel. So we will analyze the Dragon Ball esqueness of Fortnite tomorrow. But for now, I think we're good. I will send this list of the 10 best true harem shows to Brandon. We did it, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. I love the chat, your input. You're so helpful. You're so wonderful when it comes to telling me how many people are in your family and what anime you think we should talk about on other channels. So wonderful chat with everyone tonight. Had just a blast. Had a blast. No game stream tonight. I wasn't planning on it. We went late last night. I guess I could. Do you wanna play some Minecraft? My thought was just to have a Minecraft Monday, but I also, what does it take to Okay, good, you need sleep. Yeah, me too. That's kind of what my thought was like we have a Minecraft Monday. And then we just kind of, because it's sometimes short news. What about Iramakun? What about Iramakun? Going into work at 7? Yeah, that sounds like an early day. What does it take to get the next level up account on Twitch. I'll have to look into that. Couldn't even get Twitch to quit buffering. Yeah, that's why I've got to... I forget what the requirements are. I think I can get them almost on my own, where it's literally just like an amount of time that you have to be streaming. Okay, here we go. Path to build a community, reach 50 followers, get 5 people chatting at the same time, and then affiliate is 50 followers, stream for 8 hours within 30 days. So if I do a 3-hour stream every week, that'll cover that pretty easily. Stream on 7 different days, that's the one where I may have to just like pop onto a I might just have to pop on Twitch a couple times a week randomly so that we can get the stream on 7 different days going. So keep an eye out for that one, so that we can get it rolling. The average of 3 viewers, I have 2.8 out of 3 on the average so far. So thank you, Twitch, for your buffering ass. We'll get that one pretty easily as well, I think, in order to move forward here. But yeah, so once I do that, seems like a lot of work for free. If I just play video games though, then it's just me playing video games, so it won't be too big of an issue. The only one will be getting the 45 more followers, which may or may not be a simple task. But we can worry about that, because I think once I'm an affiliate, then I'd be able to get multiple. When you watch my stream and it starts buffering, you can say, "Oh, let me downgrade to 720. Let me downgrade to 480." You know, whatever it takes to get the lower quality, so that you can watch it smoother. So we will worry about that later, though. For tonight, I am done. I'm tired. It's warm. Is there a way to lower the quality of video on your side? Yes. Technically, hold on. I could... Oh, the output is locked. Oh, I guess it might be locked because I'm currently outputting a... I'm currently outputting a virtual camera. But hold on, where's my output's currently outputting it at 1080. I guess I could output at 720 until we hit that point. So like maybe I can do that. We can play around with that. I don't know that it was gonna be useful for me to do that, because I don't know what the, like, if I drop it to 720 and it's still buffering, then what? But we will see. It was auto and couldn't pick a lower quality. I'll look into it. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, you've got a game to run dailies in before maintenance. Oh yeah, get your dailies in. Have fun. Have a wonderful time. I will catch you next time. Thank you, everyone, for helping me assemble the list of Harem shows. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you all tomorrow, where we get to laugh at Fortnite Dragon Ball stuff. Kampai.